What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nate's Road Life. So today, working on this camper again. It never ends. Today we've got a pretty big problem here. I'll show you guys here in just a second what's going on with it, but essentially, just to paraphrase here, the floor in a camper is wider than the actual frame, so they put angles coming off the frame to support the floor. Well, some of these angles that run alongside here have bent, and it's allowing the floor to sag like this. And I'll try to put a picture of that up right quick from the inside. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. So anyway, so I came out here and got some stuff going on. So I cut a bunch of cribbing out of 4x4s, put a jack on it. Yes, I know it's 20-ton jack. It's what I had. Obviously, we don't need that much for this. But on top of that, got a 4x4 butted up against the frame. Let's go in here so you can see it a little bit better. You can see back. Don't mind all this stuff dangling. That's from a tire that blew out not long ago. But anyway, there's an angle right there. There's an angle back here, an angle back there, right? Well, that angle there is actually broken. I'll take you back there and we'll look at it here in just a second. But then up inside of here, this angle right here, and you probably can't tell on the camera, but it's bent in the middle. The middle is bent that way, so it's allowing it to sag down, right? And the one a little bit further in right there is kind of like that as well. So it's allowing this floor to sag down. And this one over here being broke, let's go over here and look at it right quick. You can see it's broken. You see how this one's got like a, I don't know, a flange, if you will. I guess you could call this a flange. It's got flanges. That one does too, but those up in there, they don't have any flanges, which I believe is why they're going like that. If you'd imagine this is it straight, right? Well, it's bent like that. Well, as it's bending like that, it's allowing the top to sag down, you know, and it's pushing out the side. And these other ones have flanges, and so they're, you know, they're stiffer. They don't allow it to happen. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is probably build some new supports, really, for this, which isn't that big of a deal, but attaching them is kind of a big deal. These ones here are welded on. I really don't want to weld on this because I don't really know what's on the other side, and you weld on it, you know, you might catch something on fire. So I'm thinking bolting is probably going to be the best option for what we got going on. Just drill some holes and put some bolts, but I don't know. So today, as you can see, I've already got this cribbing set up and started jacking it up a little bit just to see what was going to happen. But I think today what I really want to try to do is pull this underbelly down a little bit and try to see what's on the other side. Is it even going to be possible to put bolts in? I'm sure that it is. It's probably just a bunch of insulation on the other side. I think all the tanks are up front, so there is one tank back here somewhere, but I don't think it's going to be up close. We ought to be able to drill holes and put bolts in it, but either way, we're going to have to drop the underbelly so we can get to the other side to put nuts on it. So anyway, let's see what this project entails. All right, y'all, so here we are actually underneath the camper now. So it doesn't appear like there's a whole lot that needs to come down in order to get, we got to take this underbelly here down, right? Really, this gas line has got a few fittings or hold downs, whatever you want to call them, that are through this. Not all of them, but a couple of them. You got bolts like this, but that's already tore out, as you can see. This bolt, which I just put on there a couple of weeks ago, actually, because this metal was dangling. You can see where it's all tore up. That's from that tire blowing out. But anyway, there's another strap up here that's in this fabric. So Anyway, we're gonna take down some of this stuff and see if we can't like get this plastic out of the way so that we can see up. You know, you can imagine this is an I-beam right here, so you got a flange across here that comes out, you know, yay wide or so. So we need to be able to see up in there. That way we can do what we need to do. And I really don't want to cut a hole in this because I'd like to keep it intact. I mean, I have done that with previous campers, you know, cut a hole in it, do what you need to do, and then just like gorilla tape it back up. But I don't really want to do that here if I can keep from it, to be totally honest with you. I mean, I don't really know why it matters, but I just don't feel like doing it. So we will resort to that though if I can't get this underbelly down. Believe me, I'll do what I have to do to get it, but I want to make that the last resort. So I'm gonna start taking this stuff apart right quick, and hopefully it goes good. Alright, well, I've got most of these bolts out. There's one right there that still needs to be taken out, but I think that like instead of actually pulling the underbelly down, let me see if you guys can see this, I just kind of push it like that, you know, and then I can get access up into here that way. So that looks like that'll work out pretty all right. It looks like everything for the most part is kind of out of the way. I mean, there's water line and some other stuff running right through here, but I don't think it's in any position that we need to worry about it. I don't think it's going to cause us any problems when we go to put new supports in here. What I am noticing, let me take you guys over here and see if I can show you this. Okay, so up in here, this is what you're looking at. And there's, you know, some wires, and this blue, that's a water line. There's a red one right there, which goes to the kitchen, because the kitchen's pretty much right above me. But you can see there's nothing. That's the I-beam right here, you know. So that doesn't look like it's a big deal. Right here, there's a piece of plywood. I just saw it, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to show you guys. But anyway, there's a piece of plywood right here, and that's their that's the way that these camper folks do this. Let me try to explain this to you. So you got this plastic, let me get here, this plastic underbelly material, okay, and then they need to secure stuff like this drain line to it. So what they do is they just put a piece of plywood up here and then shoot a screw through it, and then that's their way of supporting things. It's kind of ironic. They don't do a very good job when they build these, but I guess, you know, they're trying to save money and time and whatever else. I'm not saying that it's right or that's a good excuse, but that's the reason why they do it. So what I'm kind of toying around how I'm going to do this. I mean, I've got a pretty good idea in my mind what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to build some supports for it that we're going to bolt up, and I think I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do. It's going to be kind of hard to share it with you just talking about it like this, so I think what I'm going to do is build them, and then once I get them built, then I'll show them to you. I'm not going to be able to build them today. I'm going to have to build them tomorrow. I'll build them tomorrow at work while on lunch break, you know. Just, it ain't going to take no time to fab it up. We got some scrap material that is getting thrown away, and I think it'll work out pretty all right. Some 1/4-inch plate and build some angles and weld on some makeshift flanges on it and a bolting face. So I'll show that to you guys once I get it built, bring it home. For right now though, unfortunately, I think other than taking a couple of measurements, this is probably just about as far as we're going to be able to go with this project today, because I don't have the materials to fix it. I was more concerned at this point in time with just figuring out what exactly the problem was, figuring out what exactly we were going to do to fix said problem. And at this point in time, I'm not going to say that I 1000% have the fix, but I do have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do anyway. So anyway, yeah, so I don't think it's going to be that bad. I guess anything is what you make of it. It's either good or bad, whatever you feel like it being. But anyway, I think I'm gonna hop off here for today. Probably go get cleaned up. My hands are kind of, I don't know how well you can tell that, they're pretty dirty. All the grime underneath here from being on the road and everything, it's pretty dirty. So I'm gonna go get cleaned up and get ready to eat dinner here in a little while, hang out. It's Sunday, so it's my one day off. Just to enjoy some time for now, and then tomorrow when I come home from work, we'll get it hopefully patched up, or maybe not all completed tomorrow, but we'll at least get a good chunk of it done. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? It's the next day. I just got home from work, fixing to work on this camper a little bit. I want to show you these braces that I made. I was trying to kind of explain it yesterday, but it's kind of hard to explain. So here they are. I made 3 of them. Got holes in the back of them. I'm gonna pass 3/8 bolts through it. Just 4 3/8 bolts. That's 1/4-inch plate. It's 8 inches on this side over here, 10 inches on this side. It's notched out to allow the curve of the I-beam between the flange and the web, you know. And we just stitch welded it together. I didn't even knock the slag off of it. We're just kind of in a hurry. We only had a few minutes to knock it out, really. We just cut it with a torch, clean the slag off with a grinder, or the dross from the torch rather. Welded it together right quick, and here we are. So I'm gonna put this first one right up in here. I'm gonna get it up there. I'm gonna mark the locations where the holes need to be, and then I'm gonna take it down. I'm gonna drill the holes, and then we'll put it back up, start putting bolts in it, and get that one attached so we can let this jack down. That'll take the weight, and then we can figure out what we're gonna do. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this. I feel like really to do it, I'm probably gonna have to jack this tire up, take this tire off, because in order to get a jack in, it's just gonna be kind of a nightmare. So anyway, I don't know. Let's see. We're burning daylight. We ain't got a whole lot left. It's already, I don't even know what time it is. Let's check. It's 1/4 after. Guess I could look at you. It's 1/4 after 6, so it's already getting kind of late. So let's get after this. Waiting on that one to happen. Got mine, I got a hole or two off kilter. He was most definitely off, but somehow I was able to get it in there. So I'm not going to complain about it. Alright, first one done. Moment of truth. I don't really know what happened. I mean, it moved a little bit. I mean, I think the frame moved a little bit. Well, let me get you unstuck from this. There's the first one. It's installed. We need to put one up there somewhere and one over there. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have to take this tire off to put that one up there on. Don't really want to do that, but I don't think I'm gonna have a choice. Things tight. I would normally break out my impact, knock these things loose, but it's kind of a nice campground. I feel like they might get a little mad about it, making all that noise. I might need to put the tire back up here so I can. We'll make sure that wherever you put this thing, that we're not going to wind up putting it somewhere that the tire is going to run into it. You know. Really, we need to take this one off, but I need to cut it off with a grinder. And like I said, I don't really want to be doing that out here. Making be a lot of racket. Get after that with a cut-off wheel. So if I put it right there, I don't know how well you guys can see, I apologize for that, but if I would like to put it here in the middle. I need to get rid of this brace in order to do that. Plus, I don't know if you guys can see it, but they have welded like a piece of flat bar right here, kind of at an angle between this I-beam flange and the web to this I-beam, to kind of act as a stiffener for this flange, so that way where your leaf springs attach right here, it doesn't just bend that flange up, right? Well, this support here hits that flange. I don't know, y'all probably can't see it. I don't know, it's getting kind of dark. I mean, it doesn't look nearly as dark on the camera as what it's actually getting, but right here would be the only place that it could work the way it's right now. I mean, I could change it, you know, I can cut it down or whatever, but I'm afraid that the tire will hit it, you know, when you're driving down the road and you hit a big bump in your suspension. There's that little bounce to it. It compresses. I'm afraid that we'll run into it. All right, y'all, light is fading fast. I got the work light out now. I don't know how well you guys can see it all, but this is not really going as planned here. It's kind of more one of those, if it can work against you, it's gonna work against you type of deals. That's what I got going on right now. So what I'm gonna try to do, scoot this stuff over, and I would like to get that jack. I don't know how well you guys can see. Can you see? Yeah, you can see my hand, I guess. Right here. Let me bring you over here a little bit more. Hopefully you guys will be able to see. All right. Right here, there's another one of them braces, right? And it's bent right here where my finger is. It's bent pretty good. I want to put the jack right here and jack up, and then put a new brace right here, because I can get to it through this access door right here. If I try to put it any further forward, I can't get to it to drill the holes and all that stuff. And plus up there, it's not really bent. That one doesn't really look bent. So I'm thinking that I need to, if I can support this right here, it's gonna stop anything else. And I don't know if I went into detail about what I think is causing this, but I think what caused this is the refrigerator. So this camper came with a camper refrigerator. It was a 2-door refrigerator, a big one, but it was still a camper one nonetheless. And it just didn't do a very good job at keeping food cold in the summertime. So we took it out and put a residential refrigerator in, and it's night and day. It works so much better, but the problem with it is that it's a lot heavier, I think, for one, and even if it's not really heavier, you can store a whole lot more food in it, which is obviously heavier. So I think having all that extra weight on that slide when you drive, bouncing, I think that's what's causing this. So is this really the way we should fix it? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. But it's the only way I can really figure to do it. So that's what we're doing. This isn't going to work all that well, I don't think, because the jack is so far back. I'd like it up further, but this metal's in the way. kind of more want this outside to go up than anything, but I don't know. Doesn't really seem like there's much pressure on this now. That one's broken up here too. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's right up here where my hand is. It's cracked completely through. This whole thing's jank. I hate campers. Hate them with a passion. I will never understand why people have a house and then they think, hey, it's a good idea to sell our house and buy a camper and live in that thing. I mean, I live in one for work because it's cheaper than a hotel and it's mine, and you know, I don't have to worry about somebody coming in and jacking with my stuff. Plus my family travels with me, you know. It's just more privacy, it's easier, whatever. But I've been doing this for quite a while, and it's for the birds. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's for the birds. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lug nuts back on this wheel here. About decided that this here, I'm not gonna be able to do this one here at this campground. That's gonna have to be something that I do at the house, because I just can't be torching off a grinder up in here. That'd be too much, you know. I might could get away with it at, like, you know, noon on a Wednesday or something like that, you know, when everybody's gone. But I come home at 6 o'clock in the evening and fire up a grinder, I'm sure somebody's gonna be upset. So I'm gonna put this wheel on, tighten it down. I'll torque it tomorrow or something, you know, it'll be another day. But for right now, I'm just gonna get it put on here. And then I'm probably gonna go inside for the evening and take a shower and eat. Christina and Sis aren't here. They went home for the week. Well, a few days anyway, not a full week, but so I'm living the bachelor life right now. It's not all it's cracked up to be. What's going on, y'all? Back here, day 3. We got our new bracket here made. You can grab one of these old brackets, you'll be able to see the difference. It's quite a bit larger. This is one of the old brackets from yesterday. Here's the new bracket. It's a couple inches longer. I didn't realize I had only measured right here where the slide out is, but once you get up in there, I think I might have said last night, but you get up in there, it gets a little bit longer. So anyway, so the plan is, I don't know how well you guys can see this. Let me grab the GoPro, show you. Let's go over this one more time. Oh, that magnet's pretty stout. All right, so up inside of here, hey, how you doing? You can see I've got this jack right here jacking up, but you've got right here where my fingers are, there's another like aluminum, I don't know, square tubing, like 1x2 square tubing, and this jack isn't really pushing up on it very good. It's pushing up on the tubing that's back there, but this still needs to go up. So I've got another bottle jack. I'm gonna build another little cribbing stack right here and just put a small bottle jack, jacking this up, trying to pick that up, and then I'm gonna put that next brace right here. So I think it'll work out all right. So let's get after it. I anything's really happening. And I'm obviously putting pressure on it, but can't really tell that anything moved. Guess I'll go inside and look at the floor, see if the floor has came up any, or if it's still got that big droop in it. It looked a little better last night after we put that one on, but over here by where the cabinet is, it's still kind of down a little bit. So I guess I'll go check that right quick and I'll be right back with you. All right, so it does look like it has closed it up a little bit. I gave her a couple more pumps here. Let's see. There's a gap in between that neck support now and the floor, so might mean something. I'm gonna go inside and check on it one more time just to see if those last couple of pumps did anything, and whether they did or didn't, it doesn't really matter. We're about to start putting on the support because it's about as good as it's going to get. I mean, heck, if I jack it anymore, I'm probably going to cause more problems, to be totally honest with you. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to try to fix a problem and make more problems, you know. So let me go check one last time just out of curiosity. It doesn't really matter either way, and then I'm going to come outside and we're going to start putting this new support on. Kind of gonna check it right quick, actually curious to make sure that it fits. I'm sure that it will. Yeah. Looks like it's supposed to be there. There it goes. Ta-da! They're all tight. Let's set this jack out. See what happens, I guess. I'm gonna get down here with y'all because I want to have a front row seat to see what happens. Didn't look like much anything really happened, so I mean, I guess that's good, right? That's what we're after. All right, let's I'm gonna drag this jack out, put all those blocks up and everything, and then start putting this underbelly back together. Just got a few more screws to put in up here, and then those little bit of Gorilla tape over that tear, and we just got to pick up all our tools. We'll be done with this project, at least for now. I really think someday I just need to tear this whole underbelly down, but you just have so many, I mean, so many projects all the time. It just never ends, and it's just never ending. I ought to start recording every project that I get into, because man, it's a lot. I only record certain things, but man, honestly, it's just never ending. It's constant. But you know, I never have time off work. I'm always working, work, and as soon as you get done with a job, you know, it's travel to the next one, and every single job seems like it's some sort of an emergency. You know, there is no time off, and you know, then when you get time off, well, I got other things I need to do, you know, and I don't know. We'll figure it out sometime, I guess. But for now, I'm not saying that this right here was the perfect fix, you know, but it's darn sure better than what it was. And I do think that having these brackets here is going to keep it from getting worse. I think that if we wouldn't have done this, it would have continued to get worse and worse and worse. But now I think that that'll at least stop it, you know, from getting any worse. So. Them two screws go up there. These two screws go there, and then these two screws go in that. Let's get these all put in right quick. There it is, the final one. Now I just got to get Gorilla tape, put over that, and pick up all the tools. Go eat some dinner. Well, everybody, we got all our tools put away. Everything's all picked up. I think that was a successful adventure, if you will. You can still tell that the floor droops in the camper, but it's not nearly as bad as what it was. There's actually a gap underneath the whole slide now, like you're supposed to. Before, there was a gap down on the other end, but on this end the slide was actually touching the floor from it, you know, being sagged. It was allowing the slide to come down, and now it's like it's supported like it's supposed to. So anyway, that's good. I'm glad that we got that taken care of before it became a really big deal, you know. I mean, not that it wasn't already a big deal, but it definitely could have gotten worse. So anyway, I think that that's going to be it for this one. It's probably getting kind of lengthy already as it is. So as always, I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. If you would like, comment, subscribe, it'd mean a lot. It'd really help out. So we'll catch you on the next one.